Hello everyone and welcome to Outlaws of Thunder Junction and and. Alright, the pack is not the strongest because Jace Reawakened is not a crazy good card. It is a card I usually play. I mean, I would always play in my blue decks. It's not bad by any means, but it's not a bummer. Outlaw Stitcher can be good. Longhorn Sharpshooter is a pretty decent deal. And then the Intimidation Campaign can be a pretty important piece in a deck that wants to just grind for the late game, because this of course gives you a lot of value the longer the game goes. I think I'm gonna take the Jace because it is a card I have played the least of these, and yeah, it's the most fun pick, and the power level difference isn't that huge in here, so I think it's a fairly decent pick. And then I'm given a mana drain. Well, I'm taking mana drain. This is so insane when you get the mana, like let's say even like a 2 or 3 extra mana after you counter the spell for 2 blue. That can be a huge tempo advantage. So it's the best card in the pack. I'm gonna take it, especially because I already took a blue card at pick number 1. Other things that are good ones here, I like the Tycoon and I like the Cunning Coyote as well. And these are good role players in black decks for 2-drop slot. But yeah, very easy mana drain here. And I'm not taking a blue card here now, even though the Stop Cold is like it's okay, it's nothing amazing of course. The best card is the Honest Rothstein. It's a little awkward mana cost given that I have 2 cards that cost exactly blue. So I could take the Vault Plunderer and be like blue-black. That's an option. You could take something like Lost Oasis just to have some crime-committing lands, but yeah, this is a totally splashable card. But then again, usually green won't be that open. That's kind of a problem. If I could take the Lost Oasis and the Rothstein, I would take them both, but maybe I'll just take the Vault Plunderer here. Could be like a blue-black deck. And there's an Intimidation Campaign here. Alright. It's easy pick here. Now, there is a Scorching Shot too, which I could take. There are 2 blue-red lands. I mean, can some of them either of them come back to me? I don't think it's not really that likely because this is a pick 4 already. So I'm gonna have some worse cards coming back to me. I already saw one Intimidation Campaign in pack 1. It's actually very tough here. This is a decent removal spell, and blue-red is often open. It's not the greatest combination of colors usually in this set, but okay, I'm gonna take it. Just to keep the options open. Like here, there's some playable black, but I think I like the Discerning Peddler more anyway, so let's see if I can be blue and red, although there is a Soured Springs now. Well, I'm taking it for sure. I can still be blue-black. I guess I could be black-red too. I mean, I haven't really gotten anything exciting from blue after the first 2 picks. But this pack is fairly weak. I can take this land here. Alright, still blue cards that aren't very good. Yeah, blue is pretty weak color in this set. These are not really very high priority stuff, but I'm happy to take the Prickly Pear. That is a good 3-drop. I was thinking about this, but there's nothing really that cares about committing crimes yet, so let's take the decent 3-drop from red. And well, there's a Desert Stew. Pylons. I'm taking this just in case I'm still playing black in the end. So I take this, see if the Intimidation Campaign comes back. It did not. I think in the first pack there was an Intimidation Campaign and it didn't come back, so I can't expect that to happen. This is a weak pack. I'm taking the Jin. It at least is an evasive creature, and here I can take the fall. Probably. Stop Cold came back. The Gardener wouldn't be that bad either with the double, mana spells. I could actually use a Gardener, but I don't really have a lot of removal here, so maybe I'm supposed to take the Stop Cold over the Gardener now. I didn't get any blue-red producing lands either. Loan Shark I'm somewhat happy to have. Alright, that is playable card, but I usually don't play that. Loot, key to everything. I do have a playset of them, so I don't have to take it for set completion. I'm still missing some big score. Well, at the moment I'm recording this, I'm pretty sure when this video gets published, I've already a long time ago actually made the video about completing this set. But yeah, this is not even that great of a card. The best card in the pack is Blood Hustler. I have two of them here. And there is a chance I'm still blue-black. So let's take the Hustler and see how it goes. Well, that's a pack. That's a pack for sure. Oh boy. Servant, Raven, good ones. Sphinx is great. The Blast is okay. There's the Soured Springs, and the Hearse is also like a way to keep committing crimes. I actually think the Soured Springs is the best pick here, given that I think I'm going to get one of these non-lands, but this is unlikely to come back. I don't actually care which of these I'm gonna get. I mean, I don't need the Slinger or the Guy's Drake that much, but maybe one of these other things I'm very interested in. I'm taking the Springs here, and I think I'm going to start moving to blue-black direction here, although there is a good red card now, but with double Soured Springs, I do like that plan more. The Forsaken Miner, it's not my favorite card, but I guess I can play it. Now there is a possibility to still take this, which is the better card here. Well, I guess I'm gonna go for the blue-black route now. And I have Plan the Heist, Vault Plunderer, Stop Cold. I think I'm going to just take the Plunderer, and now I'm going to cut the red stuff. I will be blue and black, and Lone Shark, Oasis Gardener. I think I'm taking the Lone Shark for now. I have no mana fixing already here with the Soured Springs. This pack is also very nice. Treasure Dredger and Repulse are the two cards I'm looking at here. I think I will prefer the 2-drop here. Yep. Also, it helps fix with mana for the double blue things. But Repulse is really good. I'd be happy to take it, and I would take it over the Plunderer or the Interference here. Jacket Barons. Okay, I'm not going to splash for the Scorching Shot. I have a Desert Dew, so deserts are good anyway, and I have some benefit from committing crimes, so this is actually easy pick here. I will play it. And I think I'm actually not gonna be that interested in the cards in this pack, so I'm taking 40 gems here instead. And here I can take a Seize the Secrets or take the Fall. Maybe I'll take the card draw. And oh, I get, well, this was the pack that from which I took the Soured Springs, and I said I'm gonna get something good from it, and I got the Raven of Elomas, which I'm very happy about picking, and this is a playable card I can end up having. These are not very interesting. And one pack left. Annie Flash, the Veteran. Okay, I'm taking the Consuming Ashes here. Yep. Festering Gulch would be a fine option too, but this is just a very nice removal spell. Let's have it here. How does the deck look like? I don't necessarily want to play the fording, failed fording that is. I have some removal. Stop cold consuming ashes. Desert stew. Card draw. Not a lot of 2-drops yet. Okay. Not the greatest, but not the worst either. Okay then, I'm getting an Oko Thief of Crowns. Yeah, I mean, what's the other option here? Fall on Flats would be my pick. But of course I'm gonna splash for this thing. I already have Fake Your Own Death and a Treasure Treasure that can get me the mana. And now I'm definitely going to hope to get something like a Conduit Pylons. I don't even have a playset of this version of Oko Thief of Crowns. Of course I have a playset from the original Throne of Eldraine, but yeah, this is a really good card, so I'm going to splash for it. Any fixing here? Nope. This is another card that is worth splashing, and I actually don't care about the Forsaken Miner that much. I have a Jagged Barrens already. I'm taking this. I might still consider not playing it, but it's worth picking here because there's nothing in that I really care about like this not so amazing. But now let's get the mana fixing, shall we? And there is no mana fixing. Malcolm, I'm not splashing for Malcolm. I could take the Blast or the Rooftop Assassin. Yeah, I think the Metamorphic Blast, but if I could just get some means to splash. Okay, there is a Bandage Hall, and this is the bad Grixis rare. This is not really gonna do anything for you, so not worth splashing even when you are playing all 3 colors. But Bandage Hall is the perfect pick. I also have a bunch of crimes to be committing, so this will pick some loot counters, but mostly this adds mana for the Oko and the Jagged Barrens, so that's very nice. Sadly, not producing. I mean, I would want to have a red or green, and white is the only color I don't care about producing. So I care about committing some crimes, yes, but I'm thinking about the Skewer the Critics if I'm going to go for the red splash anyway. I'm actually taking it because I think I will splash both those colors. This will mean that the mana base will be a little bit shaky, especially with the double blue cards in here, but I think it's worth it. Mobile Homestead, Skullduggery, Phantom Interference. I don't think I care about anything too much. I'll take the Phantom Interference. And yep, no, I don't get any mana fixing here. I'll take the Skullduggery, and let's hope to get still something. I'm not playing white, so this is not a question. I think I'll just play the Sterling Hound. This actually, with the Surveil 2, that digs a little bit into the colored sources I might, different kind of color producers which I might need. I have a lot of double casters, and this is a really good gift. And I of course have 4 colors which I actually plan playing here. Okay, Conduit Pylons is great. I really hope to get one of these 1/2 artifact creatures that can get the desert from your deck, but I didn't get there. Unless I'm getting a very, very late one. Doesn't seem to happen. Okay, not the greatest mana base, but I think it's worth playing the Oko and the red cards. Again, the game refused to go to the deck building immediately after the draft, so I had to go to the home screen and then return, and then of course every card is in the deck. So cutting these things takes some effort here. Okay, so I think these are the cards I could consider playing. Trick shot in the main deck. Do I care about it? I'm splashing for red, so maybe I'm not playing the failed fording here. Not either of the copies. Excuse me. What's happening? Forsaken Miner just seems like it's I think mostly a black-white card where you can have those things that sacrifice your things, and then you can of course sacrifice this and bring it back, or then just a black and red card where you can be an actual aggressive deck, maybe have a cards like Outlaws Fury to make this a relevant attacker even later in the game. But in this deck, a 1 mana 2/2 that can't even block isn't going to be what I'm that interested in. I don't know about the Razzle Dazzler, if that's anything I want to play. Bolt Buster. It's actually a nice defensive card. I could see playing that. How many creatures I'm gonna cut? I don't want to cut like all the creatures, but the Gin of Fools fall. I guess I can play it. I will also cut one of the Seize the Secrets. I will play one, and then the Vault Plunderers here to have some 2-for-1s. And maybe from the main deck I should be cutting the Trick Shot. Yeah, this leaves me 2 red cards and 1 green card. Take the Fall. Probably not that great, but I think the fact it cantrips is better than the Skullduggery. I think this will be a sideboard card when I know that the -1/-1 will maybe like get rid of some X1s. Let's see now. This is 12 creatures. And I have these 2-drop creatures. I think I will be playing the Razzle Dazzler just to have something to do on turn 2. I will be playing the Sterling Hound because I feel it's important to make my mana work, which will be difficult with the double blue spells, with the double black spells, and the 2 different colors I'm splashing. I guess I could just not play the Skewer the Critics, but it is also a crime for the marches. I think I like the Phantom Interference as a 2-drop here. And maybe the Fake Your Own Death isn't actually. Yeah, there's nothing really that good even to return. I guess it does work somewhat nicely with the Vault Plunderer and actually pretty nicely with the Lone Shark. Because when you save this from death using the Fake Your Own Death, you of course have cast a creature when this re-enters the battlefield. Have cast a spell when. Well, no, actually, that's not what's even gonna matter. If you have cast 2 or more spells, no, it doesn't combine. I think I said so in some earlier draft that it's a combination, but no, this doesn't say that if you have cast a spell, you must have cast 2 or more spells. So the Fake Your Own Death won't help. Alright, I'm gonna cut that easily. This will have to be a 17 land deck, of course, because of the color requirements alone, and I have some amount of card draw here, so I'm not too worried about flooding out. I also think I will play the Jin here, just to have some, kind of a means to win the game. And I like the Razzle Dazzler mostly to have something to do on turn 2, and I think it can pick up a counter at some point. The Vault Buster is probably the least important card. Yeah, I do like them. All the spells in here, so I'm going to cut the Vault Buster. And this is the deck now, without the lands. And this is going to require, sadly, some basic. Oh, actually, I kind of forgot the Fake Your Own Death can be relevant mana fixing. It will create a treasure token. Suddenly I am interested in having it around. I guess the best thing to bring back is the Vault Plunderer, and of course the Lone Shark if I cast something else that turn too. But yeah, I think the Treasurer can matter enough that it's worth playing here, which means I have to cut something else. This is actually also pretty good fixing for Oko, Marchesa and the Skewer the Critics. They are all 3 mana value cards, and you can use Chase to plot them. And then of course you don't have to have the mana for it. So Chase does some great work with the splash cards in here. Okay, what is the cut if I insist on playing the Fake Your Own Death? I do like the Blast here. It is a 2 mana kind of removal spell if you have another creature to deal with the 0-1. And at 5 mana it can be a 3 for 1, and at 4 mana it's still draw 2 at instant speed. Yeah, I really think that this would be such an easy cut if it didn't create the treasure token. But Oko, for instance, it's such a sick card. If you can cast it, you just get so much higher chance to win the game based on having Oko on the battlefield. So I think it is worth having a clumsy card like this. Because I don't have that many creatures, so it's not really that great. I think I might have to cut something like a Take the Fall. Because I like that this as just a way to use a mana on turn 2 as a counter spell. So Take the Fall is maybe the least important card. It does commit crimes for the things that care about it. How about the Seize the Secrets? Should I just cut that after all? I do have the Lone Sharks and the Metamorphic Blast to draw extra cards, and of course the Plunderer. Yeah, I like the crime committing. Marchesa is really gonna care about it. So is this. It also, the Take the Fall helps with the Razzle Dazzler picking up a counter. Okay, fine. Seize the Secrets. I'll cut that. I have enough card draw maybe. So this is the deck before I have added lands. It is a shame I didn't get the 1-2 that could fetch a desert, because once I get the Conduit Pylons out, I can cast most my splash color spells, and they are all just 3 mana cards. So even though this costs extra to produce colored mana, it's actually doable when your splash cards don't cost that much mana. But yeah, I don't have it, so I don't have it. Like this, and I will need like a forest maybe 2. I mean, this is okay. Bandit's Hall taps for green, Conduit Pylons and the forest taps for green, and then in addition to that, I have the Fake Your Own Death, I have a Treasure Dredger, and I have the opportunity to use Oko to not Oko, Chase Reawakened to plot Oko. So 1 forest has to suffice here. Now for the red cards, I have a Jagged Barrens and the Pylons, of course. I have a Shard Springs. But how much do I need black? I need some amount of black. So let's add some basic islands and swamps before I decide if I want to add a mountain. So this would be 9 for black. This would be... No, I don't think I can have a 9. 8 must be good enough. But there's still the Conduit Pylons here. So 8 from these lands, Conduit Pylons, and of course the Bandit's Hall and all that. That's gonna be good enough. I will have at least this number of blue. I guess the Conduit Pylons help with the double blue. These are only 2 mana cards. Of course you can't cast this before turn 4. But it still requires blue. So the Conduit Pylons will contribute to casting this. So I guess I can play 1 mountain here. This is it, and I don't think the mana is that bad, mostly because I have the Shard Springs twice and the Conduit Pylons as well, and I got the Bandit's Hall. This is the deck with the mana base. Well, look at this hand. Marchesa on turn 3. And even though I don't have the mana drain mana up yet, I can play the Phantom Interference to counter maybe their turn 2 play, if they have one. And Bandit's Hall, dealing with everything. You know, every mana requirement I might have. Unless the opponent has a way to destroy it, of course. Play something, plot something. Yeah, I don't need to face that, so... I mean, I don't want to face it, so let's counter it. And here we could do... I actually think it's worth playing a 3-4 here. I'm on the play, so this can attack for some amount of damage. If I draw a land on the next turn, I can go Bandit's Hall into Raven here. Of course, if I do draw an island specifically... Well, I can actually go for Bandit's Hall into Mana Drain if I draw a land, so that's a better idea. Unless it's a tapped land. So they have an orange there. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna have Mana Drain up, of course. That allows me to cast the Djinn of Fool's Fall. I'm only missing... I don't miss... Oh, actually, that's... I'm gonna miss out on this. This costs mana to use. But let's see if there's something I even need to counter. I guess I could have played the Raven of Fell Omens, but then again, if I get to counter something, I get a very cheap Djinn here. I'm gonna not worry about missing the Marchesa mana. Yeah, that's not the greatest thing to counter, but that gives me 2 mana for the Djinn. I guess I can play still the Raven of Fell Omens, so... Annoying, but it's still worth it. I also get a counter on the Bandit's Hall. Let's see if they have another 2-drop. That would be annoying, because then it's not so great mana drain for me, but at least not a creature with 2 power. Alright, this is good now. So before I'm gonna go to any combat, I'm of course... doing this, and this leaves me with 2 mana. I have a Take the Fall in here. Well, let's see what happens. No Fierce Retribution, so... I am going to rather have to Take the Fall, because I can use it and then use the Marchesa as well and get the... Yeah, it would be nice to have the Raven here, but I don't think it's necessary. This is of course a rogue. So let's go with this first. See if this is gonna work. I'm at least committing the crimes and getting these triggers, if nothing else. One goes to hand, the other one goes to graveyard. Now both of them are good. But I think I like more crimes here. This will go to hand, the other will go to graveyard, yep. And I will draw a card, and then I'm of course having a free block on this guy. And they're gonna have a write down, which is acceptable. Yeah, the Marchesa is really strong, of course. Getting an extra card with selection for each crime you commit. Oh boy, and that one is a nice one too. Let's just play the Raven and play the land and get some crimes done here. Pay some mana for Marchesa. Don't think it matters, I'm not gonna use the Skewer. Yeah, I think I'm going to prefer the Oko in my hand, because I have the mana for it. I can let them attack with the Arings. This also goes to face, so it might be actually better for that. I'm not going to block with the Raven of Fell Omens. They might have the +1/+1 counter lifelink indestructible thing. Okay, that is... this is... with the skewer and the springs, I think this is exactly... This is 4 damage. I exiled this. Yeah, it is. So, let's... I can use it with this mana because it doesn't matter, because the Bandage Hall is gonna tap for red anyway. Might as well do this, why not? I'm gonna have the forest in my hand so that they don't see I have something green. This is best of 3 match after all. So unless I am mistaken, this is exact because while this is only 3, I still have a land to play here, and I have a pink desert here, so this is exact. Sweet. And that was how good the Marchesa is, and definitely worth the splash when you are already playing 2 of these colors and have a reasonable amount of crime committing in the deck. So this is a white-red deck here. So Skulldugger is definitely worth it because the Trained Arings and the Seeker are already pretty good targets for it. Not to mention what other stuff they might have. Take the Fall I like the cheap stuff. I could see maybe not playing the Gin of Fool's Fall here. It's a pretty expensive, clumsy thing. But I like the other stuff here. Vaultbuster wouldn't be the worst. It is a 3/4 attacker with Vigilance, 1/4 blocker. Of course, if I commit a crime on their turn, it can be a 3/4 blocker too. So if I would play that, what is the cut? I guess I could see them, now that they saw the Phantom interference, they might play around it. So I can actually cut that and play the Vaultbuster instead to have another defensive option here. Alright, fantastic hand. Especially if I can produce a treasure with this thing to help with my splash things. They mulligan and I have easy keep, and this is gonna be my turn 1 play just to make sure I don't have to have a slow turn because of a tapped land. Lucky, alright. Fine. So I can either, if they have like an Arings here, I think I'm gonna just desert do it. Oh, they have a mobile homestead. I can actually kill it. Do I want to? I think I will do that. I have a 3-drop on the next turn anyway. I don't need the Treasure Dredger because I'm not going to use it. Oh, that's actually kind of horrible because they are not gonna play a creature. Okay, fine. It's what it is. Okay, now they can see this thing. I will go for the Plunderer first. Yeah, I don't care if I can't block the first striker. I'd rather just draw a card rather than surveil, because I don't know yet if I want to surveil lands away. This is better later in the game when you're pretty sure you don't need lands. Demonic Ruckus there, alright. They can actually now crew this, but then I can just block it. They might get a free land if they see one on top of the deck, but it's fine. Now we trade here and this is totally acceptable. Alright, so now I have... I mean, they have missed land drops, so it's of course very horrible for them. I can just not care about that thing for now and play a couple of things here, make sure that if I can untap with the Dredger, I can make a treasure for at least one of the red spells. Take 2 there and... okay, Frontier Seeker probably. finds them something. Okay, now I can just surveil extra lands away. I do have the Metamorphic Blast here. Which would be nice. Okay. I could just play the Sterling Hound and have a Desert Stew as well. Not the worst idea. Don't think I'm gonna block with this Raven here. I'm gonna go with this first. Let's see what I draw here. Well, both are good cards. And I can actually play on the next turn a Desert Stew into Lone Shark. So that I can get to draw the card. So I'm going with this setup right now. I don't even have the red mana yet. But I think that's a good reason to use the Treasure Dredger for red mana now. I will use the Sterling Hound probably. Well, I don't know. Let's see what they do first. They are gonna get the treasure token unless I use the Desert Stew on the lackey right away. But then I don't have a good Lone Shark turn. Fine. Have your thing. And I want to make the treasure to make sure that I can actually cast at least the Skewer the Critics. Can I actually play the Skewer the Critics as well on the next turn? I think I can. I don't know if I want to make another token with this thing, or should I just trade this instead of the Hound? I think I'm gonna just do this, just in case. Ouch. Now, the idea being that I'll play my Desert Stew, which could deal with the lackey. They get to have a card from the Ruckus. Then I will play the Lone Shark. And yes, I could play the Skewer with the Desert, because they will be taking damage and Spectacle will be active. But it doesn't seem like it's necessary. Yeah, they're gonna have to cast. They're gonna cast in the Ruckus at some point anyway, so might as well let them do it right now. Don't know if I played this Lone Shark right away, but maybe it's because I don't plan on attacking with the Dredger anyhow. Because if they do kill the Lone Shark, I want to still trade with a Raider here. But they're having potentially 5 spells in there. I have a removal spell and a potential 3 for 1 here too. Griffin. This doesn't remove abilities. No, it doesn't. Okay, they have no attacks. Well, Consuming Ashes. That makes it so that the Griffin doesn't produce them a 1/1. But maybe the 1/1 does not matter that much. Yeah, I'm going to go for full aggression now. They are almost tapped out. They have only one treasure here. If they make no blocks, I'll probably use the consuming ashes post-combat, but this is what I wanted to happen. They will get the 1-1 now, but it's fine. This is a 0-1 and I get to draw cards. Yep. And now the question is what to do with stuff. I think the best play is just to kill the rider with using the treasure here, play Jason, loot. I don't want to loot the springs necessarily, but I will of course see what happens. So yeah, let's go with this. I won't be plotting a card because I cannot plot the consuming ashes, it's too expensive. Draw and discard. Okay, so I can discard this thing and this is gonna be my red source if I find my other red card. And this makes it so that Chase might actually survive. Well, they have now mana and cards. I'm sure they have multiple options. Chase isn't the most like a dangerous planeswalker, it doesn't generate any massive advantage, but it's still annoying to see the opponent tick it up, of course. And it has a pretty good -6. Alright, that thing doesn't have haste, so I can use the consuming ashes on that. And my Chase will work here. I don't think I'm gonna play the Jagged Barons. Okay, they go damage on my face. Oh, hey. Okay, I got the Oko. Well, I think I'm gonna just play the Oko in this turn because I do have the mana for it. Let's start with this thing. And this is now 6 damage. And they are not gonna continue here. Understandably, of course. But I was thinking about what to do. I think I'll just play Oko, make a food token, loot with Chase. Yeah. I'm on the draw with this kind of have when the opponent did mulligan to 6 at least. So much depends on the treasure. Well, I'm keeping it because mana drain can help me cast one of these things very easily. Well, especially now when I have just a natural island immediately. Okay, that's gonna be good too. So now I'm gonna play the Dredger, and on the next turn idea is to play the Hustler and then use the Swamp to make a treasure token if this thing survives, but it does not. Well, I have a Consuming Ashes on their next thing, if it's something I want to deal with. I guess there's also the Stop Cold. Yeah, I get the surveil if I exile that thing, so let's go for the surveils instead. They played a land already, did they? Yeah, so they actually could have played this on this time. Maybe they have a 1 mana spell there. Well, I don't think I'm gonna want to let that thing... Yeah, I have the stop cold for something else there. And Jace and Marches, okay. Well, I can't really keep either of these. If I could play Jace, I could, you know, plot the Marches, and that would be great. But I would have to draw both of those cards without doing much. I guess I have spells to cast in here in the meanwhile, but I'm just gonna mill those things. And maybe draw some cards I can cast. But yeah, with double blue it would be a very easy situation, of course. Blue, so they are still missing black mana. How about more removal? The Blood Hustler will be problematic the longer the game goes, but if they deal with it, I guess I still have my Djinn of Fool's Fall here. No mana drain mana yet, but this deck has a challenging mana base, of course. They have all the mana they need, but I have a removal spell here. Not one that works against that yet. I guess I'm 1 mana away from it though. No, at 2. Yeah, it's ward 3 and it's 7 total. Well, mana drain, I guess, works in that case. let's surveil first. I might not need it. I might not need it, but I think I'll still draw it. I have the mana drain up now and the Desert Stew if that matters. Just take the 7 here. Not much to do here. Guess I'm gonna go to 5 then. Alright. Well, if I do draw a land, I can lock this thing down. The ward 3 is so sick. Yeah, I have to just play a jump blocker. I mean, this is just... And now they do have... No, I don't have mana drain mana now. I guess I do have a Desert Stew here, but... Let them just kill this and that's it. Yeah. This card is insane. And it's a shame that they just won with that. But it is what it is. Thunderous Elbows. They saw the Phantom Interference. I will not play that. I will play one of the Seize the Secrets instead. Well, with the Bandit's Hole, it's very hard to not keep it, but of course if I miss my 3rd land drop on turn 3, it will be a little bit difficult, but it depends on how fast start they're gonna have. there is the land. Good. I don't care about missing the crimes for the bandits. I'm just happy I got the third land in time, and they have a very good start there too. Well, yeah, their start is a lot better than mine. Okay, Chase is here, not doing much stuff. I'll just have to go for the plot here, and then next turn probably consuming ashes. Something, and then play this to draw the card. So I can actually just do it. Oh, but it's only -4, and this is already 5 toughness. I was interested in having Chase here, but that's not going to work now, is it? Well, let's try this then. Hopefully they don't have a snakeskin whale here. Swamp and an island. I guess on the next turn I wouldn't mind having a 5th land so that I can actually play the Desert Stew and the second shark, or Chase and the shark. So I'm going to... I have here a lot of... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the island here and draw the swamp. I can actually draw it on this turn already, which is very much fine. I can now have Desert Stew. I don't think it's worth killing this. It's better to save this. This is -4 after all, so it is better to save it for something significant. I'm not going to expect winning this game before they get to cast most of their spells. No, they're already at 5 lands, so the bandit isn't that amazing. Well, that is a shame. But I'm not sure if I want to fake my own death. This is not going to help this cast a card. It does give me a treasure though. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. But losing the bandit's hole is gonna be super annoying. Because it was gonna draw me cards. It was gonna draw me cards, but no longer. Well, I can still do it so that... I kinda don't want to show them the Desert Stew, but I don't really want to loot. I don't want to burn my treasure here. Because I could go for Chase. Lone Shark. Well, actually I don't have to loot. Oh, yeah. Let's do it the smart way. I can play Chase the Lone Shark and then draw a card and then loot. Or no, not. I can also plot something. Alright. So let's go for looting. Yeah, the mountain is not that needed when I have the treasure around here. And I can, you know, both my red spells I can plot away with Chase. Or do they get rid of Chase as well here, just like that? This is saddle one. Okay. Bye bye, Chase. And how do I kill this thing? Let's see what I draw. That's not an Oko, which could have actually transformed this into a 3-3. Well, let's see what I'm going to get from here. Nothing too amazing. This would make the Desert Stew be -5, but I don't think that matters. I'm maybe playing the cantrip here. I can draw a new card with it anyway. So let's go for aggression and let's hope they don't have anything too great. But of course this is just gonna win the game when they have like the 7/7 Ward 3 guy I lost to in the previous game. Okay, that is that. I can take the 1/1 bandits here. Under salvo in there, sure. I guess I'll take 7 going to 5 here. I know I could have killed the bandit, but I don't think that cannot be the best play. Okay, let's do this first, just to see what I draw. A land. Well, I guess I'm attacking with one of the sharks. The draws were very different in this game. I don't expect to have any. I guess they didn't have anything for this to saddle right now, so it's possible the only thing they have is the Calamity. But I'm expecting just losing. Let's see if this is gonna work. I'm not I mean, they're gonna kill the shark or save this guy, is my guess. Or are they? Maybe they finish me off with a skewer the critics, that's also a possibility. Ouch. Okay. They have a blocker now, so I don't have a lethal attack. Are they flooding out? That is a skew with the critics, and I have a treasure for it, so let's see if this is gonna actually make them go to 3. It would be very funny to win this game like this, because that means they have to have they have all the colors, so this must mean that they are just flooding out. What a weird game. I mean, they were flooding out hard because yes, this is all the colors: blue, white, white, black, black, green, green, red, red. So, and they had these bandits to tap for any color as well. No, they flooded out, so the Calamity wasn't gonna win them the game. Well, there's still game 3 left, but that was weird. Skullduggery mostly just deals with the bandit here. I don't think it's worth playing Skullduggery. Calamity though, that's something for my mana drain to deal with. I don't think here. Oh, actually, trick shot. Let's see. This thing is a 60 toughness. It could be a trick shot that I need here. Yeah, it's maybe worth doing. And maybe the take the fall is not that important here. Yeah, that's my sideboarding. Okay, they mulligan and I have a good hand with Oko. I can cast it with the pylons. So this is great. I don't have anything for turn 2 or anything. But maybe... Okay, do I want to have pylons immediately? I'm actually playing this because I might draw a mana drain. And I want to have the double blue up. And then maybe on the next turn I can try to see if I get a... Okay, there is the mana drain. It can give me a Jin very early, so let's do it. No other color. Okay, this might be the 5-color deck, you know, having mana issues, which often can happen. Let's do this now. They mulled to 6 and kept this hand, and now they need to find something. Okay, that is gonna be drained. Not gonna give them any other colors, and they don't want to see how the game goes. Did I have mana for Oko and something else? Because that gives me 3 colorless mana. If I play the Conduit Pylons, that's total of 7. But in order to cast the Oko with it, it's actually gonna be an extra. So I didn't actually have a good double spell option. But it doesn't matter, I would just play the Jin of Fool's Fall probably. But yeah, the opponent didn't want me to do the stuff with mana drain. On the play, that's fairly okay. This can help me get the Loan Shark land. Okay, well, I guess I can mill access islands at least. I'm going to like both of them. I do have a, you know, double black spell in the deck. Next turn I will have a Loan Shark. Yeah, I'm gonna play an untapped land, so I'm gonna have the Vault Plunderer in my hand instead, because it's possible I want to play the Vault Plunderer, but it's not likely that I want to play the tapped land and then just take the fall. Come on, this is so annoying. I mean, these aren't like the most amazing things ever, but I would rather draw these than 2 random cards, but what can you do? I still have these Loan Sharks for card draws and all that, so it's fine. Now, yeah, I think I'm gonna just block the Bloodseeker. I have to take the fall here too. Make it a better block, but I don't think it's worth it. I might actually have to play the take the fall on this turn now. Just to, you know, play the Loan Sharks. But it's actually quite fine because I can play the take the fall and hard cast these and get these for free. Okay, now they're gonna still mill me, right? Okay. They wanna commit crimes, that makes sense. Alright, well, that's the island which I definitely didn't need. The bandits hole, maybe, yes. Well, if I want to play my Loan Shark, well, what's actually going to happen is that this can enchant artifacts, and I don't want them to start drawing cards. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to lock down this before they get any more loot counters there. And then I can do this with take the fall up if I need it. This is not a... No, it is a Shark Rogue. What? I didn't even realize it's -4, -0. Sentry. They are down to 2 cards now. Okay, there is something for... Yeah, well, if I can use the Fake Your Own Death at some point, then I will get my... Marchesa. Let's plot this in the meanwhile. No attacks, okay. So, I guess I can attack. Hope for them to double block or something. Don't really have other thing going on. And if they don't block any at all, I'm just gonna use the take the fall here. Okay, so I have options in here. The first one being that I'm going to play Take the Fall on the Bloodseeker. And now if they kill the Lone Shark, which is a possibility, I can respond with Fake Your Own Death, and now I have, in that case, I would have played two spells this turn. Okay, I can even use the Metamorphic Blast in here. But I'm not gonna risk it. They might still use a Grimmwall spell on the Shark. Snakeskin Whale there. Well, this is pretty perfect now. I know I could use the blast, but I want to have my red mana, so let's do this here. So I can kill the sentry. I won't have mana to kill this, but it doesn't matter. I will get a card from this shark, and of course I will get a card from this shark too. And this is gonna make a treasure token untapped. So do I want to wait? No, I'm gonna play it right away. They are down to one card now. And nothing. Alright. Well, I liked the previous turn with, you know, the Take the Fall and the Fake Your Own Death. That went very well with the Lone Sharks for me. And I think locking down the Bandits Hall made sense. They had some further crimes to commit, so this would have drawn them some cards. Yeah, it's better to, you know, remember that this is enchant artifact or creature. Right, so black green, some blue splash. What does that mean? I think now that they know about the Take the Fall, I'm less interested in having it. They don't know about the Phantom Interference or the Mana Drain. So maybe they won't be playing around counters that much. But I think the Take the Fall I could, because usually these black-green decks are very grindy and I want to have extra card draw power. Unless something is really bad here, but I don't think anything is that bad here. The Razzle Dazzler, it's still an early drop that can pick up a few counters during the game. So I'm gonna keep that. Take the Fall goes away, and I will be playing one of the Seize the Secrets. Skullduggery deals with the bandits, but I don't know if that matters that much. This is the sideboarding. Okay, that is a nice hand. Is it the one where I save the springs for a while? I think with this number of untapped lands, yes. So I can get the benefit for the Raven. No green mana yet. Okay, that's something I will be... I even get the forest. Yeah, that's something I will be dealing with. The Desert Stew. And then... maybe we will witness the power of Oko. Target artifact or creatures. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna turn this into a elk. I can exchange some, well, not yet. Let's just do this. And I will leave the deserts to for their end step. I can take the Hustler attack here, no big deal. That's going to commit a crime against me. So I guess at this point I'm gonna know that I'm gonna kill this anyway. No, I'm not. Fine. But the problem of course is now this Hustler, which is gonna be, well, just very annoying. I really wanted this thing to die here, but no. Maybe the Oko won't be enough here. I think I'll just have to make this happen now and take the damage. I know I could have played the Plunderer to trade with the Bloodseeker, but... But I think it's better to have the Shark happen. Also, it's better use for my mana. The Bloodthirster combination with the Bandit's Hole is kinda very good also, because they can keep getting these counters on this thing for every 4 mana they use on it. They skewer me, not the Raven. That is very aggressive, but I guess it can work. Yeah, Oko won't be good here now, because my creatures are not very impressive. I can turn this into an elk, but it would actually be a 6/6, so that's not a good idea. I can turn my own guy into an elk. Ground for 3/3, but I'm not gonna play Oko yet. I'm gonna play this and the Shark. Hopefully finding a way to deal with the Hustler. Okay, that's a good one, because that actually allows me to play an extra spell here. So I should have done this first before playing any lands, but I don't think it's gonna change much. Is the 1 power here gonna matter? This will be a 5/5. I can double block it already. I don't think this is gonna need it. I don't think it's gonna be needed for blocking purposes, so let's attack for 1 in the air. I did draw extra cards here. They are lands only, but yeah, these things help me hit some extra cards. Maybe I will. Okay, they had no plans of attacking. Understandably, of course, because the Blood Hustler will be a 5/5 and they can just keep growing. I might actually have to turn it into a... It would be a 7/7 though. That's really horrible. I'd need to exchange control of stuff, but that means I need to... Yeah, well actually that's just what's gonna happen there. I'm gonna plus for a food, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna plus for a food here. And then on the next turn I can threaten exchanging. And I won't be attacking with the Raven. Target artifact or creature icon, so they can get the food from me. Yeah. Oko is not fair at all.
Welcome to the feast.
They do get to draw a card from the Bandit's Hall. And they get more counters on the hall, of course. This doesn't get a... Yeah, this doesn't steal an artifact from the opponent, only a creature from the opponent, but I can give an artifact. Blue mana. Okay, fractured identity. Oh man. They're gonna get their own Oko while they kill my Oko. Okay, let's go to game 3 then. Where's my mana drain when I need it? This will bounce the token the fractured identity creates. But I'm not sure how good that is. It can reset the Blood Hustler, it can reset the Hall, but I don't think it's really worth cutting anything here. I could see not playing the Razzle Dazzler and just going all in with like the extra card draws. Not sure how good that's gonna be. 11 creatures, I don't really want to cut any more creatures. I'm gonna just have the same deck. I think it's good enough. The opponent just had better stuff than I, despite me having the Oko. And well, I do have the I have this forest, but and even the mountain for the skewer the critics, but I don't have the swamp for these things. This would be a very nice starting hand if I had the black here. But how can I keep this? I mean, if I knew I'm gonna draw a swamp in like 3 draw steps, I would keep it. But that's no guaranteed. Not guaranteed at all. I do have a bunch of ways to get the black mana though. I guess if I do draw any land, I can draw 2 cards. I'm keeping this because I know the deck has a pretty unreliable mana and you know, going to 6 is a risk as well, and this at least hits some land drops, has to skew with the critics for something, and if I draw the swamp quickly, it's actually a fantastic hand. So let's hope something good happens. The opponent also did mull there. Okay, mana drain now when I don't have an opportunity to cast it. They have a hustler. I have a removal for it, which I will immediately be using. Will I? I'm playing the Razzle Dazzler first. There is a chance I get to use this like as a 1 mana spell and maybe double spell for the counter, but we'll see. Maybe they are just having a Snakeskin Whale up now, like they had in the previous game, and then I lost to the Blood Hustler. Okay, they will not have it up now. Oh, that's the black one. Well, this is of course a very, very good draw. Now, what I'm supposed to do here is that is a very good blocker, but I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna get more card draw here. I have a 1 mana blue spell, maybe, or maybe I don't. Anyway, let's do this. Alright, that's a fantastic draw as well. Allows me to maybe use the mana drain. I mean, it does allow me to use the mana drain. So let's see now. Hopefully. Okay, they have green mana up. I'm just, you know, wanting them to, you know, not have Snakeskin Whale on the Hustler. They can mill me. Okay, I didn't need those things in particular. I would have liked to have the mana drain, of course. I mean the island for mana drain, but the Bandage Hall allows me to do it regardless now. I do think that because I did not draw a land, I'm gonna go for this. Have mana up for mana drain. That is what I'm gonna do. I could play the Blood Hustler, have this thing get a counter, and then when I play Mana Drain I can get a counter for this thing. Okay, fine, let's do it. Let's do it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna attack. I guess I am. I have the 3-1 to block the 2-2. Yeah, fine. I'm at 19, I'm not dead yet. If I can just avoid them dropping a very good creature here. That would be great. But they are tapping that thing for mana. Is it just committing a crime so that they can untap it? Okay, they get a fractured identity there. They get a... I mean, it's okay. I would have liked to... I mean, it's not the worst though. They don't have that great of an attack. Just block here. And now... Oh man, if they do have a snakeskin whale there... Oh, that's so horrible. It feels like they are gonna have it. I know I can counter it though. So this says, at the beginning of your next main phase, I should go to post combat main phase. Yeah. Because I want to have the... I mean, I assume they have a snakeskin whale. And I will counter it, of course. I have to. Oh, they didn't have it. Well, then it's very, very good. And I will just draw 2 cards, because I committed the crime. And I won't be committing another... Yeah, I want to have the counters here, so let's play the untapped land. Yep. Okay, no snakeskin whale there. I still need to deal with this guy, but maybe I find a means to do that. Let's start with drawing a card. And I guess I'm going to continue by committing a crime. I will miss out on the double spell this turn. I'm not using the blast here. Yeah. They will use the sentinel to get more cards, but it is just what it is. They can also use this guy. Well, they can do both. Yeah, they can still untap the bandit to still use the sentinel. But I have my bandit's hole, which will be able to draw a card. I don't think I'm gonna have mana up for mana drain in their end step, because of course I will use the mana drain if they play something worth countering. But if they don't do that, I will just draw the card at their end step and hope they don't have like anything nasty there. They can have the bandit. These blood hustlers doing a lot of work here. Okay. I think it's time to... Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can cast these, but then I don't have mana drain up. I don't think I'm going to not have mana drain up. So I think I'm going to go for attacks with the Dazzler. Okay, I'm gonna start with... I don't know though. It's difficult because they just keep doing this, and I would hate to pass without mana for mana drain, but I also want to double spell to make this thing, grow. There's not much for me to do. I guess I can just plot this thing. That's a possibility. Okay, let's do this. And treasure allows me to at least double spell, but I'm not sure if it's even that necessary. It's not. So I'm going to go for a plot. What was that? No, that was fine. Let's let them do their stuff. And I have a mana drain up. But this thing, I mean, I'm counting on getting removal on those things, but it's kind of ridiculous that these are so relevant things. They even use the fractured identity to deal with my blood hustler and get their own after they had their own, which I dealt with. Alright. What else are they gonna have there? Use that thing. I need to find an answer for that. There's nothing else to it. Okay. I won't be drawing cards with this now. I do think I would rather wait for it as a trick. Alright, let's just play this thing, I suppose. Well, I'm first going to do this. Yep. I have the Bandage Hall for all kinds of mana production. Alright, that is the card I'm very happy to have here. And let's draw it. Get the trigger for the Dazzler. And then, whenever you commit a crime... Well, I might be committing a crime. I do have the mana drain. And the mana to pay for the trigger. So let's go for that immediately. And now I have this unblockable fella in here. And I hope I'm not just dying to one blood hustler here. It's of course still somewhat slow, but there's not that many turns. They can use it many times with the bandits in here. Consuming ashes. So let's rather counter that thing. I will have a 4 mana in my next main phase. Oko goes to my hand. So now we are onto something. I can exchange this guy. And they won't have a fractured fractured identity, hopefully a second copy for the Oko in here. Okay, they are checking their graveyard. No large creatures there, at least. But they might have, okay, Dance of Tumbleweeds. I can create that, make that token into an 0-1. So that's something I can deal with. There's my 4 mana. Let's cast Oak first. Then the Lone Shark. I can make this into a 3-3. That's also a possibility, but I don't think I need it. I will use the Metamorphic Blast instead. So I'm gonna create the food token so I can exchange the food with this thing, and then still the Oko will survive. And now I will play this, draw a card, get a Razzle Dazzler increase here. And there is a stop cold also. So that sounds pretty good. I'm actually almost interested in stopping this thing cold. But let's just attack for 5 first. Now I don't want to die to decking out myself, but I think I'm going to still use this like once or so. Let's see what they do before. I mean, they might use this thing, of course. Now if they do have a snakeskin whale, they're of course going to... Okay, so you can first draw a card, sure. I will let them do that. Okay, they didn't use the treasures for this thing, and now what's gonna happen? And there's that thing, sure. That's that. I can take that thing as well. And now is my spot to use. I don't mind if they attack with everything. I don't mind if they attack. Okay. Okay, so before I do any blocks, I want to see if they have a snakeskin whale or not. So I'm going to still, of course, do this and this and this, and I'm going to draw the cards. And I think Marchesa can do its thing, her thing, once. I'm not gonna deck out, hopefully. Jace. Actually, I'm not even caring. I'm not gonna loot, and the exiling part is not gonna matter, so I'm gonna just take the land here. And now that this is an 0-1, I can just block it with like I don't know, these guys. Seven cards left. I don't think I'm gonna draw any extra cards at this point anymore. From the hall or from the Marchesa. So. This is just a token. Let's first just try to see if the Stingerback Terror... Yeah, I can try to lock it down, I think. And I will not use the Marcher. That's gonna yield 2 cards from my deck, so let's not do that. They had the snakeskin whale there, which means that I think I'm still declining this. Yes, that is... Okay, I don't know actually. Actually, I'm not declining. I need to not deal with... Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be problematic now because the dragon will be very, very difficult. Okay, this and why did I? It's 3 or less. I'm so bad at this game. I don't know why did I even think, but you can't take any creature there. That was okay. I'm actually now just I don't know what to do anymore. I'm gonna deck out here. I have to decline this and yes, it's 3 power 3 or less. I'm not getting any. I have totally forgotten how Oko works. How embarrassing it is. So I can take something from there. I'm gonna make this into a yes. Okay, come on, me. I'm losing my time here. Damn it. This is not working very well. I'm going to attack with everything now. I'm dead here. I just totally messed here up. I don't know why I thought Oko is gonna steal everything. It's a sick card as it is. Yeah, the Snakeskin Whale again killed me. It's such a card. Alright. So I'm dying to the 8/8 here, maybe. No, I have a food token here. But they're taking. Oh, please don't say they have yet another card in there that's gonna deal with the. Oh, come on, they just had it all. Now, they did draw a lot of cards, but. Okay. I lose because they have lethal attacks, even though I can gain 3 life here. Because they can use the. You know, this thing, the Blood Hustler they got with the fractured identity, that was the reason I lost the game. Now, had I understood how Oko works, I mean, the flash ability is still very good when you can give them a food and get an actual creature from them. Had I understood how Oko works, I think the stop cold is still. I mean, the Snakeskin Whale would have still saved them. There was no way for me to use the stop cold in a way that they wouldn't respond with the Snakeskin Whale, so I don't think it mattered. But they, of course, they had to fake your own death and a Snakeskin Whale there, but they did draw a lot of cards with the Sentinel. But I was supposed to, have somehow maybe a faster clock or something. I don't even know what was remaining in my deck, but yeah, okay. I played it very badly, of course, because I didn't realize how Oko works. I don't know if it would have mattered in the end, but I don't like how I played it. The opponent deserved their win, of course, but not a great conclusion to this event. So I should have tried to elk. Yeah, I know what I should have done. I should have tried to elk the dragon, and when they respond with Snakeskin Whale, I will use the stop cold on it. The thing is that I didn't elk the dragon because I, of course, wanted to use the exchange ability, and that was too late at that point. So yeah, that was the play to make, and then I would have been in a much better shape, of course. I wouldn't have needed to attack with everything and all that. I might still have had the Consuming Ashes left in the deck, in the bottom 4, for what it's worth, but yeah, that's it. Long event, and I played just badly. There's nothing to it. Let's claim the prize. 2 wins is still okay, and I don't deserve any better result after how I played the match 3. But yeah, this was it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching and bye bye.